Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Lauren, aka BooksMcD. Today I just wanted to talk about books that I went to Barnes & Noble and purchased recently. I think I've visited 4 times since Christmas, and I did a little haul video around Christmas. I think I've been visiting so much because I did that little upgrade to the new premium membership thing as a trial. I haven't paid, but if you had a membership, you were able to upgrade your membership for free as like a trial until your membership date comes up. So mine comes up in July, and I wanted to at least give the premium membership a try. The free membership and the premium membership work the same in terms of like money spent for stamps earned. I have already earned a stamp, but there's a lot of other perks that come with the premium membership. You get a tote, whatever, we'll use it for groceries. You get a free upgraded beverage, which that would benefit me the most. There's like free treats for your children's birthdays. That doesn't benefit me as much, but there's a special offer for you on your birthday. So just like all these little things, free shipping with no minimum purchase, you get whatever. They didn't pay me to say this. You can look up the details of the premium membership. I don't know if it's worth it yet. Oh, you do get 10% off. That's the thing. Where it's worth it. So you still get the stamps if you have the free membership, but you get the 10% off everything online and in the store if you have the premium membership. I am trying to buy books on Amazon a bit less, and so I want to go to Barnes & Noble more. I'm lucky that I live so far away from it, because if I lived closer, I would have a bigger problem than I do now. If you can believe it, I'm still drinking my coffee. Wouldn't be coffee, read, sleep, repeat without a little coffee. This is still the coffee that I made this morning at 9 a.m. which I needed it a lot earlier than 9 a.m. And it's still cold in my trusty Old Bay cup. Okay, some of these books I'm really not going to give enough about because I don't know anything about them, but I'll do my best to look some things up in between. The first book I'm not going to say much about because I just reviewed it and I don't really need to say anything else about it, but I did technically pick it up at a Barnes & Noble sometime in there. So the first one is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I had to pick this up for a book club, so technically this was from a Barnes & Noble haul. I have to put these somewhere. Okay, the next book I saw on TikTok made me do it. I saw it on a list of like fall vibes and I wanted to get it then, but I forgot about it. So this is The Witches of Moonshine Manor. I have no idea what this is about. Let's see. A coven of modern-day witches, a magical heist gone wrong, a looming threat. Lana Harper, New York Times bestselling author of Payback's a Witch, clever, says, an engaging, hilarious, and utterly charming take on the modern witch story. I loved every page. I mean, that's cute. I just wanted, like, I don't know that it's practical magic vibes, but I wanted something fall vibes. I wanted it in fall, but I got it now. I have a 24-hour readathon coming up this weekend, and I'm thinking maybe this might make an appearance. I have a very busy schedule for that day, which I can go into in another video, but I'm reading like 3 chunky books right now, and I think I want to take like a big chunk out of those because I have to get them all done. So this might make an appearance during the readathon. Not sure. Not sure if I want to save it for fall, because fall vibes. Okay, so I'm doing this kind of haphazardly and out of order because I don't remember when I purchased what, but this next book, definitely I purchased it for, I'll get into it, whatever, but Book of the Month put out this book as an option, and I was like, oh, what's that cover? But also not really in an excited way, but more of like, ugh, what's that cover? I'll show you in a second, but it said, in this, you probably know what it is from me reading this, but it says, in this epic follow-up to Ninth House, Alex Stern thinks one can just casually go to hell and bring friends back. And I was like, oh, it's a follow-up. So like, I didn't want to get it because I didn't have the first one. And then I looked up Ninth House, and the first one was already sold out on Book of the Month. And so I was like, I guess I have to freaking buy these, even though I really didn't like the cover. So it was Hellbent. Okay, so I didn't like the cover on Book of the Month. The cover on Book of the Month is the rabbit, everything, except it's not red. It's white or gray. To me, honestly, this is gross to look at. I don't like the rabbit. I feel like something's wrong with it. But I saw this at Barnes & Noble in red, and I was like, gotta have it. Gonna have it, because I was already intrigued anyway, and so I picked this up at Barnes & Noble. Now I will say, Barnes & Noble, give me a break. There was a sticker here, which it was a fairly easy to remove sticker, but look at that. Look at that. Look what happened. Look, it pulled off part of the color of the cover, which is trash. I know that's picky, but I have no idea what these are about. I picked up Ninth House later, and I'm very particular. This is hardback, obviously. The Barnes & Noble Special Edition Red Hellbent is hardback. they had a paperback for Ninth House, but I couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to see if it ever shows up. And it did. Maybe on the third or fourth visit, it showed up in hardback. And I was like, well, I have to have it because it was meant to be for me. They only have one copy and they knew I needed it. So I got Ninth House as well. That looks like this. Ooh, I didn't realize there was like some green in it before. I thought it was just black on black. Okay, sorry, I'm having a moment. The sun and I are having a moment. That's pretty. And the description for Ninth House from Book of the Month when they put it up is very short as well. A secret Yale society is into some spooky stuff, like off-record surgical prophecies and real live dead ghosts. So I have no idea. It sounds like dark academia. I love that green like shimmer that the sun is giving. And I just, don't these look good next to each other? I love the red. The red is so much better than the white. I'm sorry. I mean, it's fine. Like other people might really like the white. I really like the red. Anywho, that makes me sound really creepy. So this book also saw on TikTok. Why is TikTok like this? This is Tender is the Flesh. Now this was translated, and I don't know how much the translation plays into whether or not the book is good, but essentially, I think it's an allegory for capitalism, but essentially it's about if we had to eat people. If there was a disease and essentially all animals became inedible to humans and we had to start eating people. Hey, I didn't write it. I just want to read it. I'm very interested in it, and it's very short, but I hear some feedback that it comes off like torture porn a little bit. I hope not. I hope it's not just gross for the sake of being gross. I don't typically like books like that, but I'm curious to read this. So I picked this up. TikTok made me do it. I didn't make me do it. TikTok made me do it. I have no brain of my own. I just do what I see on TikTok. Okay, when I got Lone Women from Book of the Month, which I just recently unboxed, that was, I think, March, and there were so many good choices. I want to buy more of those books from March, but when I was in Barnes & Noble, there were a couple that were just sitting right there, so I snagged them. So one of those is The London Seance Society, which, can that come off? Yeah, it can. I didn't bother taking off the sticker yet, but you get why, right? I can't do stickers. So I read The Lost Apothecary by the same author. I really enjoyed The Lost Apothecary because it jumps between two different time periods, and it was just apothecary, women, period piece. I really liked The Lost Apothecary, so I thought I would enjoy this same book. And it's kind of the same thing. Amid the shrouded parlors of Victorian London, two daring women hunt for truth and justice in the perilous art of conjuring the dead. I mean, yes, thank you. I love a good period piece. Love it. But also, can we just, let's give this baby her moment. Look at the cover without the jacket. Isn't that nice? I mean, that's nice. And then also, I think this is why it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. Look at the end pages. I don't think these are the end pages. Look at the inside cover. I mean, pretty. Why do I buy stuff just because it's pretty? I'm sorry. Can't help it. Okay, so that was one of the books. I'll worry about putting the cover on later. Okay, so this next book I also did buy because it's pretty, but I can't help myself, and I forgot to take the stickers off, so I'm kind of like ruining the vibe, but whatever, you get it. So this is The Daughters of Madurai. Okay, first of all, the cover, right? Second of all, the edges. You guys know I'm a sap for the edges, right? And then look at this. Okay, I have to take it out of the thing so you get the full effect. Look at the end. Look at the inside. It's pretty. Also, I just want you to know, I know you can't get this from there, but these pages, these are thick pages. These are nice thick pages. I'm weird about that, and this book feels nice, okay? I read the inside flap, and I just got the sense that this book is about women, and I don't know. It says, a girl is a burden, a girl is a curse. Janani knew, the minute the midwife placed her naked, squalling, soft as silk daughter in her arms, that she couldn't lose this one. And I was like, oh God. And I think I've reviewed books on mother-daughter relationships before, and I was thinking that this book was going to be heavy into that material, and so I was very interested in this story, but also a little bit of time jumps here as well. So we have Madurai in 1992 and then Sydney in 2019, and those two things are going to relate. I don't know why I'm into time jumps so much. I can't explain it. I've always been kind of into that. So I'm looking forward to reading The Daughters of Madurai, maybe with a book club, maybe I'll read it on my own. I do not think it'll make an appearance in my readathon because I just have too many other things to get to, but definitely closer to the top of my list. My TBR list is longer than I will be alive, so this is more close to the top of my list than a lot of other things. If anything, instead of doing haul videos, I should be doing an unhaul video, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. The next book is Red, White, and Royal Blue. So you may notice it's a different cover. Sorry, this is better side. You may notice it's a different cover. I think the original cover was like a coral color or something. This was an exclusive edition. I think it was re-released because it was so popular. And I think this is a story about like the son of maybe the King of England and then the son of the President of the United States like have a romance or something. And I know it was very popular. I saw a lot of people reading it all the time, and I was kind of like excited to get it in this new format. Oh, look at the history, huh? Bet we could make some. That's really cute. They are called the end papers. I just looked at the inside flap. And it says end paper design by. So this is like an exclusive edition that got re-released because of the popularity of the book. But also what's really cute is the end paper design. So check out those drawings. That was not in the original. Okay, super cute. Please go purchase for yourself. But I know the woman who drew the end papers for this. We did some choir-related activities together. She's a gem. She's got a fantastic artistic talent. She's worked with like TJ Klune on some, I think like Instagram giveaway things where she's drawn some things for like, maybe it wasn't the House on the Cerulean Sea, but maybe Under the Whispering Door. She had done some giveaway drawing type of things, but she illustrated these end papers. And I thought that was so exciting, having worked with her on choral things before. I was really excited for her and that opportunity, and I was like, well, I have to own this because I'm like proud. I'm proud when people I know do amazing things and I want to like support them. So I was really excited for her for this cool opportunity. I hope to see more of her designs in end papers and other books. But yeah, definitely go pick up a copy if you haven't already of the re-released version of Red, White, and Royal Blue because it's cute. Okay, the next book was one of those book of the month books that I snagged while I was at Barnes & Noble. It's Wayward. 100%, it's the cover. I mean, look at the cover. I loved it, had to have it. Let's see, book of the month, I think. Book of the month said, Quick Take. An ode to the natural world and female power, this lush, generation-spanning novel is equal parts daring and inspiring, and it's a debut. I have like a thing for debuts. I pick a lot of debuts from Book of the Month. But yeah, love the cover. I'm a sucker for a good cover. And hey, girl power. I'm into girl power. So that was most of the books I picked up. The last thing I picked up, I'm not going to get into the plot. People probably already know it a lot. But it was a box set of the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I have commented that I already have these. Oh my god. I don't really care for the box. I don't really care about the box. But I have these in mass market paperback format. I hate mass market paperback format. It's nothing against like affordable books. It's not that. It's that the print is so small. The print is so small and they're so chunky, and they don't, I hate spine cracking. That's another problem for me. I know, I sound, spine cracking is a problem for me, and when they're those small little chunky books, the spine cracks so easily and I hate that. These are taller, bigger, the text is a little bigger, and so I wanted to take them out just to show you that the covers also I like a lot better than the mass market paperbacks. So are these in order? That's 3. So this is 1. And the cover is like this weird, I don't know, it's a nice, oh my god, I love that. This spine will not crack. It's a nice floppy. It hangs open nicely. This is 2. Again, love it. Smells good. Smells freshly printed. I'm sure they all smell good. I'm weird. And then this is 3. like, wait a second. But yeah, so I bought this box set just because I think it'll be easier for me to read than the mass market paperbacks. I was already struggling with them. I will just give those to my library and donate them so that they can resell them at a book sale or what have you. So this was something that I didn't really need to pick up, but again, I have seen these books there on the shelf just individually, and they would only have 2 or 3 or 1 and 3 or 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay, I will just continue to come back and see if they have them. Lo and behold, there was the box set in a cute little box, and so I went for it. So that was everything I picked up at Barnes & Noble in the last 4 visits. I know that was a lot. Like I said, I already earned one of those premium rewards. What should I spend it on next? Tell me what you all are picking up from Barnes & Noble or your favorite bookstore. I wish I had a local bookstore in the county, but we don't, unfortunately. And let me know what you're reading right now. Thanks for watching. I'm BooksMcD on all the socials. I will put them up here. Please check out my blog, Coffee, Read, Sleep, Repeat. I will write things sometimes, maybe. Please like, please subscribe, please leave me a comment. Check in during the readathon this upcoming weekend, Saturday, April 29th, because I'm going to be posting more content about that. And thanks for watching. Talk to you later.